Hello, and welcome to another episode of to Start a Food Business. This is episode 8, and today I'm going to talk about decisions. So, one of the very, very best things that you can do when you're starting a food business is to make decisions. Okay. There is no substitute for how fast your life is going to go when you make decisions. But here's what happens, and I have conversations with entrepreneurs about this all the time. They don't want to make a decision. They don't want to make a decision because they don't want to make the wrong decision. I've been there. It's superhuman to not want to make the wrong decision. All right. But I have an alternate thought for you. What if there are no wrong decisions? What if there are no good or bad decisions? What if the decision itself is absolutely neutral? And it's only what you think about your decision and then how that thought makes you feel and how you act based on that decision that creates the result, right? Now, the first thing all y'all are going to want to do is sit there and argue with me and say there are, in fact, bad decisions made out there. All right. But we call that Monday morning quarterbacking. And there are tons of people, even with like massive atrocities that happen in the universe, who thought that they were the good and the right decision. Okay. And so I would offer to you that decisions are neutral and there are no good or bad decisions. And imagine how many decisions you would make if you knew your life was going to be amazing no matter what you chose. That would be kind of crazy, don't you think? That it's not the decisions itself, it's taking the decisions and doing massive action until we get the results that gets us where we want to be. Okay. So you decide you want to sell, say you decide you want to sell English muffins. All right. And you have a great family recipe for English muffins. And you are trying to figure out how you're going to go out and make money making English muffins. And you're miserable right now. Okay. Because you have no money right now. All right. And you have all of this debt and things are going super, super wrong. And what you're thinking is that if you go into business for yourself and you make English muffins, everything's going to change. Okay. You're all of a sudden, you're going to have money, you're going to have freedom, you're going to have time, you're going to be able to do whatever it is that you want. But what if that isn't actually true? What if you can make an entirely different set of decisions and still have the same results? A lot of times we think that whatever decision we are making is what's going to change our lives. And the truth is it's whatever we think about those decisions and then how we feel and how we act based on those decisions. That's what gets us our results. And then but then what we do is we apply a lens of hindsight and we say, "Oh, well, I didn't get the result that I want. It must have been a bad decision." When the truth is that if you're not getting the result that you want, it's because of your thoughts. It's because of your thoughts where you make a decision and you have a thought that this is going to be super, super hard. And then when you feel like this is going to be super, super hard, you feel, I don't know, despair or some other negative emotion. And then when you feel that negative emotion and you try and take massive action, well, you're taking action out of having negative emotion. And that's never going to really get you the result that you want. It's only going to get you results that reinforce how hard things are, how miserable you are, and that sort of thing. And so when you decide, I am going to make English muffins, okay, and I'm going to sell English muffins, and I am going to go out and be the person in the world who makes the world's most amazing English muffins. Well, you've heard me say that your food, in this case, solution to a problem because they're not. I don't care how good your English muffins are. If you make them in your kitchen, you can't sell them legally unless your kitchen's inspected. And if you have animals in your house, you won't pass inspection. It's really that simple. Okay. unless you have a really good way to keep the animals out of the kitchen. So if you're committing to building your life around English, you're committing to understanding everything that goes on to create an English muffin that solves a customer problem. That means all the thought work around what your niche is, what you're going to offer, who you are in the marketplace. Okay. It means making decisions around where you're going to produce, how you're going to commit to a budget. Okay. How you're going to distribute and deliver. It means going out and talking to at least 10 people who you think are your target market and seeing what problem they need to have solved. Now, you should already be thinking about what problem they need to have solved. Okay, so using the English muffin example, there's a cafe in North Yarmouth called Stone's Cafe, and they make homemade English muffins. Okay, and everybody loves them. They're delicious. Their muffins don't solve a problem. Okay, their muffins made in a licensed kitchen that's inspected by a food inspector that are served grilled and hot and buttery, that solves a problem. All right. It's never just. And so you are deciding that you want to make food for a living. That's an amazing decision. There are so many people who do so many good things because they make food for a living. Food is the largest sector of the worldwide economy. Okay? Don't let anybody tell you different. Food is the largest sector of the worldwide economy. Agriculture all the way through restaurants and like convenience stores and things like that. It is the largest sector of the worldwide economy. And there is so much value to be created, to be given, to derive from work industry. Okay. But to do that, if you want to participate in that economic community, it means you got to create to make decisions and stick to them, stand so that you can get there. A lot of people come to me and they want to tell me their recipe. I don't care about your recipe. Okay? Food has a solution to a problem. A lot of people come and they say, I need an SQF audit. The SQF audit is not going to make you feel better, friends. Selling more to your market, that has a positive result. And it may or may not make you feel better. It might not have the result of making you feel better, I promise. I know people who make bajillions of dollars selling their food and they're still miserable. Okay. So, what I want you to think is if you could be happy either because there are no bad decisions, would you choose? Okay. Is making that thing the option that you would choose? Is doing the option you would choose? Because I promise you can run a whole entire company without an SQF audit. People do it the world over. I would say the majority of food businesses are not SQF or BRC or other Global Food Safety Initiative audited. All right. So you need to think about what it is that you want. Okay. And we never want to talk about what it is that we want because once we start thinking what we want, then we're gonna have to be uncomfortable. But the road to your dream is through comfort. Promise it's only about follow everything that I'm saying, okay? And you do all of the work, you do your thought work that I've taught you how to do both here and on the podcast, your life will transform. My life has transformed. I've lost 60 pounds. I don't drink anymore. Like, I took that decision this weekend. I'm not drinking anymore because it keeps me up at night. You know, my number one priority, sleep. And so I'm willing to stand in discomfort at I am uncomfortable at drinking. It is totally fine, and I'm just going to stick with that decision and be done with it and not keep redeciding because it's the keep side. You decide I'm going to get an SQF audit. And you're redeciding every day. Okay, today's the day I'm going to show up to my raw product specifications. Ugh, I hate raw product specifications. You know what I really need to do? Really need to work on my logo. Make the decision, figure it out. And sometimes you don't know whether it's the decision you wanted to make until you decide it. You know, especially when it comes to things like audits, you got to remake that decision every year. You got to decide that you want that audit every year. It's not one and done. It's you got to decide you want that audit every single year. You know, today is my 13th wedding anniversary, and my husband and I love each other so much. Okay. We have amazing kids. We have an amazing house. We live in the woods in Maine, and we have a really great life. But we decide every day that we're going to be married to each other. And it's not because we are happier married to each other. It's because it's the decision we are making, and we could be happy either way. And given the choice between being happy, not living like with my husband and with my kids, and being happy living with my husband and with my kids, I'm gonna choose living with my husband and living with my kids. And he's now currently making goo eyes at me off camera. So make those decisions and be okay with those decisions and make your life available to you, the life that you really, really want that you make, and then follow through with massive action. That's how you get your results. So that's what I've got for you today. Everybody have a beautiful day, make decisions, and move on and execute. Thanks. Bye.